Start with breaking news today at noon. Pima County Sheriff's Department has just released the details of 2 ransom notes tied to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie as the investigation reaches 6-month mark. Here's part of what the first note said. This was sent to Today Show host Savannah Guthrie in early February, stating her mother was, quote, safe but scared while being held for ransom. The kidnappers demanded $4 million in Bitcoin and said Nancy would be held for a week. The note then said Nancy would be killed if the deadline was not met. Details about Guthrie's belongings and a destroyed home item was added at the end of the note. And a second note was then sent to the family days later, this time with a much different tone. This note said Nancy was dead and that the kidnappers were, quote, sorry. The kidnappers say they did not know about her medical condition that requires daily medicine. They tell the family, quote, nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. To clarify, authorities have not confirmed that Nancy Guthrie has died, and the investigation into her disappearance is ongoing. Guthrie was last seen at her home in Tucson on January 31st, 6 months ago today, and was reported missing the very next day. Surveillance video shows this right here, a masked man at her door the night of her disappearance, and blood was found near her front door. The suspect in this video is described as a 5'9" man with an average build, wearing black gloves and a black Ozark Trail hiker backpack. The Guthrie family is offering a $1 million reward for information that leads to Nancy's recovery, on top of the FBI reward of $100,000. If you have any information, you are asked to call 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov.